Welcome to Daniel's Inferno. My name is Daniel. Thank you for joining me today. If you have a moment, please like, subscribe, share, join the conversation below. I'd love to hear from you. So today's video is about the stunning, brave, and just outstanding woman, Amber Heard. So I don't know if everyone remembers, but back in 2019, in April 2019 to be exact, Amber Heard filed new allegations that Johnny Depp abused her during drug-fueled rages. So when these allegations came out, people were beyond pissed. It was outrage culture at its finest, honestly, at the top degree. And so, actually, there's a quote here. "We called that version of Johnny the monster," Heard says in new court documents. Ooh, the monster. That's Johnny Depp. My goodness. What are you doing to be such a monster? So, new allegations are ex-husband Johnny, that he choked, hit, and headbutted her during violent drug-fueled rages. 32-year-old Aquaman actor said Depp abused alcohol and drugs, both illegal and prescription, during their relationship and became a totally different person, often delusional and violent, including threatening to kill her. Oh my goodness. This is scary. I'm so glad that he's her ex-husband and he got away. Like, she got out of it. Obvious. No one should have to deal with abuse. I'm going to make that very clear. No man or no woman. I am a survivor of abuse. I was abused horrifically as a child. We'll go more into that a little bit later once we've developed the story of Amber Heard a bit. So as I said, they called that version of Johnny the Monster. After consuming 8 MDMA tablets in Australia in 2015, Depp choked Heard and then slammed her into her countertop. Depp also accidentally cut off the tip of his fingertip on broken glass in the aftermath and then wrote messages on a mirror in blood using his severed finger. Oh my gosh. So here's, as you can see, here's a bruise. We don't know how she got this bruise exactly, but there's obviously a bruise. Outlined new allegations of abuse, asking to dismiss the defamation lawsuit that Depp filed against her over an op-ed published in Washington Post. She wrote about being a public survivor of abuse, although Depp is not named. Heard obtained a restraining order a week after their divorce, alleging physical abuse. During their divorce proceedings, Heard accused Depp of hitting her in the face with a cell phone and pulling her hair. He said in a counterclaim that she punched him in the face twice. The abuse allegations were later dropped. Since their divorce, Mr. Depp has continued to publicly harass Ms. Heard and attempted to gaslight the world by denying his abuse. It is long past time for Mr. Depp's despicable conduct to end. Today we presented to the court irrefutable evidence of Mr. Depp's abuse. It is regrettable that it will take a judge to finally end the persistent harassment of Ms. Heard by Mr. Depp, but Ms. Heard will take whatever action is necessary to vindicate the truth. Oh my gosh. How can we not just hate Johnny Depp after after these descriptions? Horrible human. Honestly, it sounds like she was living with her own version of Hitler. That's what it sounds like to me. And then we go to an article for today, the Post-Millennial. Another MeToo fraud. Amber Heard assaulted and abused Johnny Depp. What? But Amber Heard is stunning and brave. She survived abuse. She would never ever be the committer of abuse. Here's the audio where Amber Heard mocks Depp for calling for help while she abused him. She then loses her temper and fully admits to abusing him, but proceeds to shame him again. If you haven't heard this, I'm going to play it. I'm going to do a couple of pauses because it's 2 minutes and copyright and such. But this here, there's quite a lot of profane language, so just a warning now.
That we had last night.
Got physically violent with me. I texted Travis. I said, "Come up here," because I didn't want anything to happen.
Okay, yeah. It's come to what? Save me?
No, go ahead. Continue. You Travis to the rescue.
No, that was the last one. You can go, you go. That was the last insult.
You called me a liar, and yet.
I watched you lie.
You called me a liar?
I watched you lie. I heard it. I was right there.
There's no what. You still haven't told me what lie it is.
But
yet every single fucking time. You know you do this every single fucking time.
We'll talk to Travis.
I'm not fucking talking to nobody.
No,
fuck that. You go fucking jerk him off. I don't care. I really could care less. It's you every single time. You latch onto some sort of thing. When I already told you, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. You still haven't even told me what it is. But run with it.
I have told you what it is.
No, you haven't.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the fucking thing, and you
figured
in the
it
face.
out.
And you said, no, fuck it, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I watched you lie, and then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
Even a lot of guys have been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You can clearly hear her say, quote, I was hitting you. She's trying to defend that she wasn't punching, she was hitting. Now, in my opinion, it's a bit of a technicality. You're really getting caught up on loose ends here. The fact of the matter is she was abusing him. She just admitted it. Johnny Depp tried to get someone else involved instead of he himself doing something or even trying to stop her. He got someone else involved. That is the right thing to do in a domestic abuse case with a partner.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your toes?
I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you start physical fights?
You're a baby! Grow the fuck up!
Because you start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get the fuck out.
Whoa! Amber Heard, you just admitted quite a few times to abusing Johnny Depp. So we have evidence here. Very clearly, she just admitted on tape that she was hitting Johnny Depp. We do not have any such corroborating evidence for her claims that Depp abused her. So if she lied originally saying she didn't do anything to Depp, and now we know she did, what else is she capable of lying about? Did she lie about Johnny Depp hitting her or abusing her? Not sure. We don't have evidence of it, I'll tell you that much. Her temper is so severe that she finds herself unable to control it, saying, you poke an animal enough, it doesn't matter how friendly it is, it's not cool. She goes on to exhibit classic gaslighting behavior, telling Depp she didn't hurt him, despite having hit him. I'm sorry I didn't hit you. Because we heard all this. Domestic violence takes many forms, and the murder rate for women who suffer at the hands of domestic abusers is on the rise in the U.S. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 3 men over the ages of 18 fall prey to the brutality of those with whom they share their home life. 2018, Heard penned an op-ed in the Washington Post complaining that speaking up against domestic violence caused her professional harm. She wrote, friends and advisors told me I would never again work as an actress, that I would be blacklisted. A movie I was attached to recast my role. I had just shot a 2-year campaign as the face for a global fashion brand, and the company dropped me. Questions arose as to whether I would be able to keep my role in the movie Justice League and Aquaman. Well, at this point, I don't think she should keep her roles in those movies, quite clearly, because of how she has lied. So, I'd like to talk for a moment just about my own personal experiences. I can tell you this much. Men can be abused by women. Men of all ages are abused by women. As a child, I was abused horrifically by my own mother. It happens, all right? And often the stigma attached to it, how you could see Amber Heard trying to shame Johnny, oh, you're such a baby, grow up, grow up. This kind of stigma is attached to the violence that men can face. Obviously, men are capable of handling more when it comes to their physical capacities because of how we're built biologically. However, men are able to be attacked. They are susceptible to violence from those around them. And thank God we have people here on Twitter getting hashtag Amber Heard is an abuser trending big time. It's the Super Bowl, and hashtag Amber Heard is an abuser is one of the top trends. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me that we are finally fighting back against what's been going on. And I think that this meme here is a perfect analogy for what's going on. So, Chloe, I'm stealing your meme. It's very good. The media, when Amber accused Johnny, and the media when evidence of Amber abusing Johnny. It's honestly perfect. Men are often pushed to the side when it comes to their abuse that they face. People are often silent, and the men themselves often don't want to speak up. And good for Johnny for speaking up, for defending himself, and for calling out Amber Heard. Amber Heard was made a domestic abuse spokeswoman, and she was used as like this figure. Oh, she's such a survivor. Survivors don't abuse. I've been in a few relationships myself, and I'll tell you that despite what happened to me, I was taught chivalry by my grandparents who raised me. Holding the door for others, hanging their coat up, pulling the little things. Being polite, being honest, and being kind. These qualities are still needed in society today. And Johnny Depp, good for you, honestly. I give Johnny full credit for standing up for himself, for the onslaught of hate that he had to deal with last year when Amber accused him. And again, here we are. We have evidence that she did to him what she accused him of doing to her. I would like to see some explanations from the people who were supporting Amber. I'd like to even, just not even explanations, I'd like to see people be intellectually honest enough to say, hey, we recognize that this is evidence that she abused him. Because if actual evidence arises that Johnny Depp abused her, I will come out with a video saying that's terrible, and obviously they were both abusing each other, and we'd go based off of whatever evidence had arisen. But you can't just stay silent because you spoke out for somebody. Be honest, have some integrity. That's how we are going to progress. That's how we're going to move forward. Thank you all for watching today. I'm Daniel's Inferno.